This video is about self-publishing. You don't need a publishing company, you don't need a literary agent, and you don't need a proofreader. It's very simple. Just when you begin writing your book, whatever the book is about, for whatever type of material that you've written for the day, just go back and proofread it. And make sure there's no mistakes, no errors, and that's it. You don't need a proofreader because they charge crazy amounts of money. Some of them charge up to $15,000 to proof your book. Way up there. You don't need a proofreader. Anytime you're finished with the day with any type of material that you've written for your book, whatever it is, even a children's book, proofread it. Do it yourself. So you get them out of the way. You don't need a literary agent. And you don't need a publishing company. Because they are some of the biggest crooks and thieves. All you have to do is, if you doubt what I'm saying, look up any publishing company and put complaints against, and then put the name in. And you'll see a litany of complaints come up against them. How they've ripped people off. Okay, to get your book copywritten, it's easy. It's going to cost you either $45 or $65. I've done it myself. I just got my certificate the other day. It is super freaking easy, right? Once your book is finished, meaning you feel that you have written the book, it's done, you've proofread it, you've gone over it again and again, and you're happy with the final results, and there's no modifications or you want to go back and revise it or anything like that, and you're absolutely finished with the book. What you do is, I have Microsoft. I put Microsoft Word, and I convert that to a PDF file. But the Copyright Office will take the Microsoft Word format file or PDF or any type of file. So what you do is, you go on this website, and you follow the prompts. Because you're an author, single book, and you're going to be sole owner and all that stuff. You'll see it. It's right there. It's all on the website. You just click on this website, you follow the prompts, and you have to be very, 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 very attuned to what you're doing. This requires patience because it takes at least 15 minutes for this process to go through. You have to just make sure that you're willing to put the time in. 15, 20 minutes to be on this website to copyright your book. I've done it already. It works. I'm not working for the government. Nothing I'm saying am I being endorsed for or being sponsored for. I'm not being reimbursed by anybody. I'm just trying to give you a heads up that you don't have to go through a literary agent, a publishing company, or a proofreader because you're going to get ripped off. I know so many people that went that route and they got ripped off. Because what happens when you go through a publishing company is that you give them your work that is not copyright protected. And what they do is they go copyright it in their own name. So you've just given them your work and now they own it. That's what happens. Just to let you know. So do it yourself. Once it is copywritten in your own name, you own that work and nobody can do anything to it. You own it. This is the place to do it, ladies and gentlemen. Right there. That is the website. Click on that. Copyright Office Gov, and that's the URL right there. That's the legitimate one. I spent $65 and I just got my certificate within a few weeks of me paying for it. I went through all the prompts. I followed all of the requested fields that need to be filled in. You know, the name of the book, everything. Just take your time with this. Very important. This is what protects your work against plagiarism and thieves. This is the only way to do it right here. That's the only way right there. And the next step that you do is you follow the prompts, you go on the website, and you do make sure you take your time and you're meticulous and you follow everything to the letter. Make sure you just read everything carefully. Because once you committed to this, then it's going to prompt you for the payments, either $45 or $65. And that's it. And then once you send in the payment, they'll give you a receipt, and then you'll get your certificate. It'll come in the physical mail, and it's an exhilarating experience. Now, once you copyright it, then you can go to something called Bowker. I don't promote this company or I'm not sponsoring them. I'm just saying this is just a company where you can get your ISBN number and your barcode, which is a form of identification for your book. And yes, you have to copyright ebooks and physical books because you'll get ripped off, especially with an ebook. All they have to do as a plagiarist is copy and paste your stuff and it becomes theirs. And then they can copyright it. So this is a place, one of many. Pick your own. Pick your own. It doesn't have to be this one, but this is one of the companies that does it. They will offer you an ISBN number and a barcode for I think like $125. That's a form of identification, not protection. So you have to understand there's a difference. The copyright is your protection. Nobody can steal your work. This is identification, ISBN number, barcode, and that's all you need. And like I said, you don't need a literary agent, you don't need a publishing company, you don't need a proofreader, you don't need any of these things. You don't need a copyright attorney. You can do it yourself. It's easy, it's simple, and you just have to take the time. What I do is I use my cell phone, and I use the little microphone icon, and I dictate into my phone verbally. And then I email that to my laptop, and then I open it up, and then I copy and paste it into Microsoft Word, and that's how I write my books. So you don't have to use your fingers, basically, only when you want to come to the proofreading portion of it, and that you're going to do yourself. And then the cover art is easy, and all of the little information, once you get your barcode, your ISBN, and your copyright, you put all that in the book, and then you make the final version, and then you go to like Amazon or Barnes & Noble, and then you just start to pay for advertising. All you're doing is using their services in your advertising. That's it, like a commercial on TV. So they don't get a percentage of your book. You're just paying for an advertising fee every month or whatever the system setup is, and that's it. And then you just advertise your book on all of the social media platforms. And that's how easy it is. That's the way I do it. But everything is right there for you. Everything is right there for you. Like I said, this is where it begins. When your book is done, every day that you write your book, whatever you've written, proof it. Go back and read it. Make sure everything is perfect. And once you're happy, and when you get to that point where your book is completed, this is the place to go. Right there. That's the only place in the United States that will protect your work. That is it. That's the government. It's anywhere between $45 and $65. Do not be afraid. Do not be lazy. Do not rely on somebody else, especially any copyright attorney, because you don't know what kind of shady practices they're into. Just like accountants for all of these Hollywood celebrities. They're getting ripped off constantly. You put your trust in somebody else, and that's what happens. Rely on yourself. This is where it all begins right there when your book is done. That is the first place you go to get your work copyright protected. And then you legally own that work. Then you go to Bowker here. You go to Bowker, and then that's where you get your ISBN and your barcode. That's a form of identification. And then after you get all three of these and you've incorporated it into the book, you create the PDF into an e-file, which becomes an ebook or Kindle, whatever. And then once you're satisfied with that, then you go start pitching it to Amazon and Barnes & Noble and all the online bookstores. And then you can get your LLC, which is your limited liability company, because you have to have that when you start to sell products, because you're going to get taxed and you have to pay taxes. And you get a website and a form of payment that will be, well, in other words, when they click on your book, the payment will get sent to some account somewhere. So it's always best in that part for the website and for the payments to get somebody that knows what they're doing as far as hooking up the website for you and how to do the necessary links for payments to be received in your account, either if you have like PayPal or your bank account or whatever. That I would encourage you to get somebody that knows that they're a professional. Because I'm not comfortable myself doing that type of stuff. I could learn, absolutely, but when it comes to matters such as that, you don't want to make a mistake and wind up owing the government thousands. So that's the premise of this video here, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, like I said, it all starts right there. Just U.S. copyright you put in, and that's what you get, Copyright Office Gov, and that's the website right there, so you can see it. That's it right there. Hopefully that comes in clear for you. And, I wish you all the best, and, God bless, namaste. And like I said with everything on my videos, you hold the power. You don't realize it. You're so reliant on others and so dependent on them that you just, you've lost your sense of identity, your sense of self, your sense of instincts, your sense of thriving, and, your natural senses of survival, and you just give everything over to a system that's going to control you. That's why people get literary agents and publishing companies and proofreaders, and they get attorneys to do the copyright. And you're just going to wind up getting shafted, man. I'm telling you. If you have any questions about what I'm saying, as far as publishing companies or literary agents or proofreaders or whatever, just put in complaints against, right here. You put it in the query, complaints against, and put their name in or the name of the company, and I guarantee you, Better Business Bureau has a litany of complaints against them or anything. Even these advertisements on YouTube, I can get you to make $48,000 every month in a passive income and all that. All you got to do is get the person's name or their company, put complaints against, and put their name in, and watch how that thing gets lit up with all these people that got burned off of these people. I'm telling you, this is the way to go right here. That's it. That's the one you want right there. But anyway, God bless. Good luck in your journey, and I know you're going to do great. You have to know that you will. Believe in yourself. That's all it takes. Bye-bye.